she risked everything to live authentically. Welcome back to Memorandum, the podcast where we remember the lives of extraordinary individuals who changed history and continue to inspire us today. I'm Nefertiti, and together we'll journey through the untold, the profound, and the unforgettable. In this episode, we remember Lili Elbe, a pioneering figure of courage, art, and authenticity. Her story is one of discovery, transformation, and timeless inspiration. Born in 1882 in Denmark, Lili entered the world as Einar Wegner, growing up in a small town near Vejle. From an early age, art became her sanctuary. Sketchbooks filled with landscapes, water reflections, and the Danish countryside showed her remarkable gift. She eventually studied at the Royal Danish Academy of Fine Arts, where she would meet Gerda Gottlieb, a fellow artist who became both her wife and creative partner. Together, they built a life surrounded by canvases, colors, and artistry. Gerda painted portraits of fashionable women, and often Lili stepped in as her muse. What began as simple modeling eventually uncovered a deeper truth about who Lili truly was. Picture Copenhagen in the early 1900s. The clatter of carriage wheels on cobblestone streets, the scent of oil paint drifting from studio windows, and inside those studios, young artists sketching their visions of beauty. Among them was Einar Wegner, a rising painter celebrated for breathtaking landscapes filled with Nordic light. Yet behind the brush, another vision quietly lived, one that had nothing to do with nature and everything to do with identity. Einar's wife, Gerda Gottlieb, was a talented illustrator and portrait artist. Their marriage was a partnership of art and spirit. One day, when Gerda's model failed to appear, she asked Einar to step in, slipping on stockings, shoes, and a dress so she could complete her painting. That moment changed everything. As fabric touched skin and reflection met mirror, Einar discovered a deeper truth, a self that had always been present. This wasn't disguise, this wasn't pretense. This was Lili Elbe, the woman waiting to step forward. Over time, Lili appeared more often in Gerda's work. Elegant, poised, and beautifully alive, she became the centerpiece of Gerda's most admired portraits. The art world saw a muse. Lili experienced awakening. In the late 1920s, she began seeking medical help to align her body with her identity. At that time, medicine had no clear path for what Lili was asking. Still, she traveled to Germany, where pioneering doctors explored possibilities that were experimental and dangerous. These surgeries carried enormous risks, yet she described the experience not as fear, but as fulfillment. She felt as though she had been given a new life, one that finally reflected who she truly was. Now, let me ask you this. How many of us have moments when we suddenly see ourselves clearly, even if the world cannot? What is it worth to live truthfully, even when it requires courage greater than we've ever known? Brief pause, piano interlude with hopeful undertone. Lili Elbe's story resonates across time because it isn't only about being first. It's about being true. She lived at a time when language, medicine, and society barely had words for her reality. Yet her courage created a path for others to walk more freely. Her life was later chronicled in the book Man into Woman and inspired global audiences through the novel and film The Danish Girl. These works helped bring her story into modern conversations about identity, acceptance, and self-expression. Still, beyond art and film, her legacy lives in every person who dares to embrace authenticity. For artists, she is a reminder that creativity can reveal truth words cannot. For those exploring their identity, she stands as a symbol of possibility. And for all of us, she is an invitation to live with compassion for ourselves and for others. When we look at Lili's life, we find more than history. We find timeless lessons. That courage often begins quietly with a single step toward truth. That love and partnership can become spaces where authenticity blooms. That honoring oneself is not just personal, it is universal. Lili Elbe's voice still whispers through time, saying, "Be true, even if the world is not ready. Your life, lived authentically, is your greatest masterpiece." This has been today's episode of Memorandum Podcast, remembering Lili Elbe, an artist, a pioneer, and a woman whose legacy continues to inspire courage and authenticity around the world. If you found meaning in her story, I invite you to share this episode with someone who needs a spark of inspiration today. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Nefertiti so you never miss a journey into the lives of extraordinary people who changed history. Remember, our next episode of Memorandum arrives tomorrow. Another unforgettable story, another iconic life to honor. Join me as we continue celebrating humanity through biography, history, and inspiration. Until then, may you walk in your truth, may you honor your story, and may you find beauty in living authentically, just as Lili Elbe did.